Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining today's training. For those who don't know me, my name is Michelle, and I work on the customer success team with my colleague Ekta and Anna, who you might be familiar with as well. So this meeting will be recorded in case you have to pop out or you would like to relay this information to the rest of your team. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen. Oops. And then here we are. All righty. So again, thank you for joining. If you have any questions during this webinar, please enter them in the chat box. And today we will be taking a look at the features on the new My Cases page. So the new My Cases page allows users to see more cases at a glance, to view which cases are set up to receive alerts and which are not, to organize related cases into folders, and to add themselves to firm distribution lists without having to use the search page. We will be releasing the new features in stages, but previewing all of functionality for admins today. So here we can see this is our My Cases page where there's a list of your cases. So what's important on this page? We have the ability to update client codes and to create distribution lists. Here we can do this easily. By clicking here, I can enter a particular client matter number. Hitting enter will store that client matter number. And here I can click the distribution list teams icon to manage the distribution list and update everyone's settings. Now let's walk through the list of these new features. A common question we get is this case set up for PDF2Go? Now you can see this clearly from the My Cases page if you take a look at the lightning bolt column. If the lightning bolt says on, you will receive PDF2Go for this case. Conversely, if the case says if available, this means that your firm is not set up for PDF2Go service, but you will receive these emails if another customer has PDF2Go set up. Another common question is, what are docket updates and am I receiving them for a particular case? Docket updates are red lines of the docket sheet. People typically use them when PDF2Go is not available. For example, because your firm has not made a notice of appearance in the case or you don't have an attorney of record in that case. We can take a look at the update schedules column to view any of these cases where we may receive these types of emails. So if the case icon in this column says manually, this means that you are not set up to receive automated docket updates, and therefore no PACER fees will be incurred. However, if there is a frequency set, such as daily, PACER Pro will scan the docket sheet daily for any activity. Do we have any questions in the chat box at this time? If so, you can enter them now.
Nope, doesn't look like there's anything right now.
Great. So moving on to folders, you can create or add a case to a folder by clicking this flag icon here and then selecting that folder. You can also create a new folder here or view your existing folders on the left-hand side. So here I can go into my Active Matters folder and I will see all of the cases that I have designated to be put in this Active Matters folder displayed on the screen. Next, on the new My Cases page, you have the ability to view all cases. By clicking that icon here, users have told us that they often need to add themselves to a colleague's distribution list. With the old interface, you needed to navigate to the search page, find the case, bookmark it, and then edit the distribution list. That's pretty clunky. So we created an All Cases page here where you can quickly identify all of your firm's cases. For example, if I'm a paralegal and need to add myself or a colleague's to a particular attorney's cases, I can do this here. So let's say that I support my colleague Ekta. I'm going to filter for her name, select her, and then I can go to the teams icon and add myself to the distribution list or manage the case team settings. So in summary, today, the updated interface offers a cleaner look, an easier way to scan your case list and edit distribution lists, the ability to group cases into folders, and clearer messaging about your alerts. I see that we have a question. Is there a way to see if something is PDF2Go on the all cases page? So anything that is listed on the all cases page is going to be one of your firm's cases where you're receiving PDF2Go. So since you're all admins here, if you go to the admin page and that litigation tab, that's what's going to be listed here. So this is going to list all the cases in which your firm is receiving PDF2Go. So all of your firm's cases will be listed here. Got another question? No, that's exactly correct. So the all cases is listing your firm's litigation, not just the cases you're tracking. I believe that's correct, Ekta, right?
That's correct.
So yeah, so essentially we're giving all of your firm's users access to that litigation page that you all have access to via the admin page. All right, let me scroll up. So do all cases default to having PDF2Go turned on? That varies by firm. So Alina will follow up with your firm settings in an email after this. And again, if you have firm specific questions or questions not related to the new My Cases page, send us an email at support@pacerpro.com. All right, Julia, can I still get a report on all the cases that I am tracking? Thanks. Yes, you can still get a report on this via the admin page using that tracks tab. So you would go to the admin page, click that tracks tab, filter for your name, and then download it there. Again, the all cases page is the equivalent to the litigation tab on the admin page. It's not going to show all of the cases that your firm is tracking. But again, you can view whether your firm is tracking a case by going to your My Cases page here and then looking at any of these cases to see if an update schedule has been set, right? So anything other than manual or off. Dan, can anyone edit a distribution list, e.g. add or remove folks, regardless if they have admin rights? Yes, that's correct. So now with the all cases page, if I go here, this is essentially giving anyone at your firm access to that litigation tab on the admin page. So whether I'm a secretary, paralegal, junior associate, partner, or admin, I will have access to all of my firm's litigation cases, which is essentially this all cases page. So if I need to go to the, oh, go ahead.
Sorry, no, I just wanted to pop in here that everybody has this functionality now. We're just eliminating the step of needing to bookmark the case for yourself first before adding individuals to the distribution list. So it's not a change in permission, it's just making it more seamless to add yourself and others to your firm's cases.
Exactly. So for the use case of, let's say I'm a paralegal and I'm staffed on all of these matters involving Mayor de Blasio, traditionally you'd have to log into your account, you'd have no case bookmarks, you'd have to go to the search page and then enter each of those cases and bookmark yourself, which isn't helpful, right? Especially if you know that your firm is representing a particular party in this case. So you can just quickly go to the all cases page, click that button, that team management button, and then add yourself. All right, Lucy. So maybe call it all firm cases, not all cases. Yeah, that's a great suggestion. And of course, if any, I believe there is a survey somewhere. Ekta, do you know if that link is still live? We were taking feedback for those in the alpha testing group.
Yeah, that link should still be available. So Michelle will point out where you can access this page right now. And once you land on that page after a few seconds at the bottom, actually you can see it, Michelle, at the bottom left, there's a little pop-up. There's a little arrow above type here to search. Yeah, so we would love to hear your feedback if you poke around yourself too.
Yep, so you just, again, access it there. All right, Kathleen Kuhn, can you change the default in admin? I guess I'm assuming you're meaning that changing the default, whether everyone can see all cases in the admin page. No, you can't, but it would be helpful if you could clarify your question a little bit. All right, Alina, so now that users have access to the all cases page, is anyone able to edit distribution list PDF2Go and docket alert options? So yes, anybody can manage a distribution list for any case on Pacer Pro. That's always been the case. So for any case at your firm, someone could search for it, bookmark it, and then click edit next to that distribution list and edit people's settings. We've just made that a lot easier. So editing a distribution list includes editing whether certain users get PDF2Go or docket alert, docket updates. Okay, yes, that's a great question. So how you get to the admin page is you're going to log into Pacer Pro. Your last name drop down in the top right, you're going to select this admin button, and here you'll see your admin page. And then for anyone who would like to access the new My Cases page, because currently if you log into Pacer Pro, this is the old version you'll see, you're just going to simply click here and it will take you to that new My Cases layout.
And in the future, you can access admin at the bottom of the toolbar on the left. So Michelle, if you can point that out.
Sorry, repeat that.
The bottom, yep, over one, yep.
So yeah, this button is a new shortcut where if you need to get to the admin page, you click it there. Okay, oops. So right now you can't track who's made changes. So if someone's PDF2Go setting gets flipped off, you can't track that. Oops, excuse me. We can't do that. We can kind of do that on the back end, but that's currently not any new features. That's not a new feature. Is there a way to get back to the legacy screen for the time being? When is the switch? That's a great question, Aya. So we're making the full switch on February 10th. So if you're comfortable with the current My Cases page, again, you're just going to sign into your account and you will see this until February 10th. So My Cases has always been the page when you first log into Pacer Pro. It's the first page that comes up. Again, until February 10th, it'll be the old version, and then we will be transitioning on February 10th to the new version. Yeah, so if you want to reach out to us at support@pacerpro.com, we're always happy to provide training, refresher training, or more advanced training to Pacer Pro. We do offer both just a normal demo on what the features of Pacer Pro, but we also provide tailored training to admins as well. So yeah, email support@pacerpro.com to schedule more training with us. And if anybody has any firm-specific questions they don't feel comfortable asking in this webinar about the new My Cases page, feel free to send me an email individually. That's michelle@pacerpro.com. Okay, in our account, the distribution list defaults to PDF2Go are to on for PDF2Go. Can this be changed in the admin? This is a setting that we would have to change on the back end. So Kathleen, feel free to shoot us an email at support@pacerpro.com and we can change that default for you. So I guess to just kind of make it a little bit broader for everyone else, your firm has certain settings. So when a person bookmarks a case, either PDF2Go will be on or off and docket updates will be on or off, and those settings vary by firm. So that's essentially what Kathleen's asking here. So will non-admin users be invited to participate in a webinar to go over these features? I believe that we are going to host training for the new My Cases page. We can provide of course, a copy of this recording to anybody who's interested, but I believe, Iktha, correct me if we're wrong, that we will be sending out an email to people notifying them of this change.
Yes, we'll be sending an email announcement. We have some support documentation written, and I believe we will host another webinar like this, but for the broader user base.
Alrighty, so can you show us the two PDF2Go indicators again? Of course. So the two PDF2Go indicators, they're actually technically three. So there are three options. It's going to be this lightning bolt column. So on means that, I personally have PDF2Go on, and this is one of my firm's litigation cases, right? This means that an attorney of record at my firm has added that Pacer Pro email address to his or her CME-CF account. So that on icon, again, means I know I'm going to get PDF2Go for this case. If available means that I have PDF2Go flipped on, but either an attorney of record at my firm hasn't added that Pacer Pro email address, or my firm doesn't have an attorney of record in this case. So it's a roll of the dice whether you're going to get PDF2Go. And then off means that I don't have PDF2Go toggled to on. So regardless of whether I'm eligible or possibly could get PDF2Go on the distribution list for this case, I'll turn it on right now. Here, let me turn it off so that we can actually see what off means. But if I click the distribution list icon next to my name, you'll see that PDF2Go is off. So if I had this flipped on, it would say if available. So we're going to email, yeah, no worries, Lucy. We're going to actually email a link to the Zoom recording so that everyone has access whether you were able to attend or not. So again, no pressure if you're unable to stay for the whole time. We will send a recording of this entire session. As well, you are welcome to book with me, kind of like an individual firm look at the new My Cases page. If you have firm specific questions, I'm happy to do a 15 to 30-minute training on that. That's not specialized to your firm's concerns or needs. Okay, so I don't know if that answered the question on the lightning bolt designations, but again, the on means that I personally have PDF2Go flipped on, meaning that I want to receive PDF2Go emails toggled on, and that my firm has an attorney of record in this case, and that attorney of record has added that PDF2Go email. If available means that my firm hasn't completed that PDF2Go setup process, right? Hasn't added that email, or my firm doesn't have an attorney of record in that case. So it's if available essentially means if there's another Pacer Pro customer that has an attorney of record in the case, then I'll get those emails. Otherwise I won't. And then off means that I just have PDF2Go toggled to off. I'm not interested in those emails. If we don't want our end users to receive the email about changes, can we request that? Of course, we're more than happy to. Again, please shoot us an email at support@pacerpro.com. We're happy to cater to any individual firm needs. Yep, Jan, same thing. Just shoot us an email just so we can have just so we can create a list of that, right? No. So Sarah, to answer your question, is there any plan to show indicator for PDF2Go to let us know if it's turned on in another firm that we'll be receiving? No. So again, if you have PDF2Go turned on, you know that you don't have an attorney of record in the case. It's going to show as if available. So again, it's kind of be a roll of the dice. So if you, again, for this case where it says if available, I personally have PDF2Go turned on. I might receive it, I might not. We're not going to let you know whether you're going to receive it or not. And again, that's kind of because one of the reasons is because that firm might withdraw as counsel from the case, right? And then we would have no idea. So there is no plan to have that indicator. Pam, could you, when I look at the all cases feature, the lightning bolt column isn't there nor the frequency. Exactly. So that's only going to appear if it's on your My Cases page. So once you go, let me find a case that's not on my Cases page. Okay, this is going to be right. So anything with the white icon on the all cases page means it's not being bookmarked to my Cases page. So Pam, I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to use this uniform fire officer's case. Once I bookmark it here, I'm going to add it to My Cases page, right? So now it's appearing there. I'm going to go back to my Cases page. I'm going to see this uniform fire officer's case. I'm going to see that it's bookmarked, and now that will be displayed.
And just to simplify it, all cases is showing you all of the cases where your firm has an appearance, and My Cases is showing you the cases that you have bookmarked as well as your settings for those cases. So the PDF2Go icon and the update schedule icon indicate your personal settings, which is why they don't appear on all cases.
Alrighty, so that looks like the last question we've received. We'll give it a couple more minutes if anybody wants to type in or ask any more questions. Alrighty, well, thank you all so much for joining. Of course, we will send a link to the recording. Oh, wait, thanks Kathleen. Right now, if I use the sneak preview, am I only seeing my cases? But that will change later. Exactly. So I'm going to start with Catherine's question. We will make the full change on February 10th. So right now you're going to have to sign into Pacer Pro and click that link, or use this. You can do it two ways to access it. You click here, or you go to app.pacerpro.com/2022 my cases. I'm going to Slack it to everyone here, or Zoom it to everyone here. That's how you do it. Again, February 10th is the day where you will sign into Pacer Pro, and this will be the operative page. Once the case is over, you can take it off My Cases. Yes, of course. So you're in complete control of your My Cases bookmarks, right? If you know that there are no more filings coming in for this case, you can just simply, remove your bookmark from this case, and that means that you will no longer receive email notifications whether, there are filings or not. So, you're always in control of that. We don't automatically remove a case when it's been closed. The reason being is that this closed designation actually comes from the court. So the clerk will actually select this case on the docket, the court docket, as being closed. But as some of us on this call, I'm sure, are aware, just because the clerk marks it as closed does not mean that filings won't come through. So maybe if that final judgment has been entered in a case, the clerk marks it as closed, plaintiffs move to appeal that case, right? There are going to be still the filings in that case notifying counsel of the appeal, but maybe the clerk has already entered that as closed. So again, if you don't want to receive notifications, just remove your bookmark for that case. That's a great question, Dan. What does the US icon mean? So this means it's a federal case. For those of you who might not be aware, we are in the process of expanding access to state courts. So the US does mean federal. I believe this button is subject to change. It's not appearing right now on, obviously, US federal bankruptcy cases. That's something that James and our product team is currently working on. Ikta, do you know if this US button is going to stay?
It's going to look a little bit different. Eventually, we're going to have different buttons to designate the federal court cases, district bankruptcy appellate, as well as state courts as they start coming online, just to make it easy to scan through your list and identify cases by court. They're going to look a little bit better than this.
Yeah, so Kathleen, we will be sending out an email with information on the new My Cases page. We will provide a video similar to this that will notify your users on the changes being made, exactly what to do, how to use the new My Cases page, because of course we don't expect that you all can train everybody at your firm on these new changes. So we will be sending an email to everyone notifying of that, and again, how to use the new features. Great. And of course, if anybody needs to drop or has no other questions at this time, again, the best way to email us is support@pacerpro.com to schedule additional training, or if you need any materials. But everyone who received this email from us about this training today will receive a video recording of the link and a link to the recording, which you can circulate to any other admins or people that any power users as well. Ikta, I think Daniela asked about state courts. Do you want to tackle this question?
Currently, state court is only available for PDF2Go in a small group of states. We have New York, Delaware, DC, California with some restrictions. Please reach out if any of those are something you'd like to set up. We are working on adding additional courts throughout the year, as well as search and smart docket, bulk download, etc. But for the time being, it's just PDF2Go. So please do reach out to support if that's something you'd like more information about.
And I'll type for everyone who doesn't have this email. It's support. Oh, if I could spell, it's support@pacerpro.com. That's always the best way to email us if you have any questions generally about Pacer Pro, about the new My Cases page, or if, God forbid, a document is ever inadvertently filed. That email is highly monitored by our entire team. Alrighty, so I think thank you all for joining. Of course, please email support@pacerpro.com if anything else comes up. I do have availability this week and next week to just do a quick 15-minute or 30-minute refresh over the new My Cases page. So again, please reach out if that's of interest to you. And of course, all of you will be receiving a link to the recording of this meeting. So again, thank you all for joining. I hope you have a great day.